Well, given the fact that you did just mention a number of former Barca players, let's get to another former Barca players when we get to the rumour mill now, because there's been lots of transfer rumours, obviously some transfers that have already been completed, which we'll talk about as well. But Neymar to Saudi Arabia, obviously this one going ahead now, when it did look as though he might be going back to Barcelona. And I'll get to you on that fact in just a minute, Janusz. But Rob, back in England, would there have been an interest to bring a player like Neymar, given the fact that he wouldn't be sticking around at PSG?
The short answer to that is no. And if there was interest in from the Premier League, then he probably wouldn't have gone to Saudi Arabia. The speculation is that he was offered to almost every big club in the Premier League, to City, to Man United, to Arsenal, and to Chelsea. And no one thought that they could fit him in. And that is for a couple of reasons. One, the money involved in bringing him in, and also the type of personality that he is. There's no question about his talent. That's obvious. It's been obvious whether it's Barcelona or PSG or with the Brazil national team. The question with him has been about temperament. And when you look at just one club, Man United, who probably could do with a player with that skill set, their manager Erik ten Hag has focused very specifically on bringing the right characters in. And one of the reasons why Neymar probably isn't at Old Trafford right now is because of his character. If there was interest from the Premier League, from the big clubs in Spain, possibly even Italy, then he certainly wouldn't be in Saudi Arabia. It's obviously a lucrative move because of the money involved, and I'm sure that he will do very well there. But still, the place to be for a footballer of his age is Europe.
Yeah, and obviously all the reports were saying that Barca was his preferred destination if that were able to go ahead, even with the figures that were being touted. But obviously Barca were finding it difficult to sign him. They're just registering players just before kickoff in the new La Liga season. So you can see that was never going to be easy, Janusz. But we've had a question here from one of our viewers saying, is Neymar the biggest what if in history?
One-off, that's for sure. And that's where I have a problem with this. It makes me sad a little bit because, this is another example of, talent's not everything. Ronaldinho comes to mind, although I think of Ronaldinho as a much, much better player than Neymar anyway. But we all know about maybe lack of drive, professionalism, whatever you want to call it. A lot of injuries as well. I don't know why he's getting injured. I'm not there, but, I could guess if he had maybe the professionalism or, I don't know, Cristiano Ronaldo and looking after himself and doing absolutely everything to be in the best shape ever, I think Neymar could have been talked about at the same level, really, of the highest. If we talk about Pele, Messi, and Diego Maradona, because even Diego Maradona found a way, and Neymar hasn't. So I can't put a finger on it exactly what it is because I don't know the man. I respect him. I wish I had an ounce of talent that he has had. But I put this under a very, very sad story of a player that had so much more to give. And I think when it's all said and done, he is going to be in that category, what if.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.